Hey, there I am. And there you are. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Wednesday and another episode of Ken versus 10. And what is up, everyone? AZ Cats. Sue is here on time and even watched Grams and Pop's episode already. She is was that a good episode? I haven't watched it yet. I'd seen it pop up. I usually know the title and everything. I don't know what it is. What is up? Raz is half asleep. Not sure which half. It's the other half. The other half is still asleep, Raz. Let's see. I was asked to do some continuity announcements. If they go through one without laughing their heads off, I would consider myself slipping a bit. What is up, Northwoods? Shallon, hey, Ken, came to listen while I pack freeze-dried milk. What is up, Shallon? I got to meet Shallon in Nashville for the first time that I met her, and great folks, fun, great to talk to. Had a really good time with them. Mark Turner, Mark is here. What is up, Mark? How's everybody doing, Mark? You and Carolyn? It was good advice. Yeah, they usually give Grams and Pops, Corey and Teresa. Corey's a good business-minded person. Makes you think a little bit different about how you're doing stuff and what to do. I know every time Corey and I talk, I come away with like, oh man, I never thought of that. I should have asked him today about a topic. What is up, Mary McQueen? It is good to see you, my friend. Paul Philly Flipper. Hey there. Hey, sexy. What is up, Paul? Good to see you as well. Yeah, I've been so busy this week. All of a sudden, like last night, I was like, oh no, I was supposed to do Ken versus 10 tomorrow. What the hell am I going to talk about? Nothing new. I got one of my lights here is being cantankerous. I'm not sure what's. Oh, geez, it came on about blinded me there. Did I make for what is? Well, you know what? I should have, because I don't think that Susan will be in the chat today. Shout out to Susan. She might be, but her husband, Joe, would be my cousin-in-law, I guess. Broke his leg, fell and broke his leg in like 3 places. And I believe the surgery for that is today. So shout out to Joe and to Susan. But yeah, Paul, well, I can throw this up and we'll just pretend that that's Paul. And what is Paul having for lunch today? Probably something on the grill. He probably is having hospital food for lunch. You know, our cafeteria, I don't know if they're doing it local at our local hospital. They don't have a very stellar cafeteria. It's meh if you have to go there. I usually like going to the hospital cafeteria. This light is going to drive me bananas. I'm not sure what's. Well, now it went completely off. There it is. I'll never know what Paul's having for lunch. Probably something out on that Blackstone grill. Something with let me see, what type of diet are you doing? Like an all carnivore, a carnivore diet that Paul has been showing over on his channel when he makes a video showing some of those great meals that he cooks. Man, every time it just makes me hungry. But yeah, I've just been busy. I got a couple of storage units that I've been working in, cleaning out, and It just has occupied my time. So I put up my thumbnail today was you pick the topic. I'm out of ideas, so you pick the topic. If there's something you guys want to talk about, um, it may or may not. I'm guessing may be bacon. Well, first of all, you had me at bacon. I mean, come on, right? It's bacon. Bacon wrapped shrimp. Shrimp. I've often considered getting like a second job just to support a seafood habit. And if I got a dinner or not a dinner, if I got a job at a seafood place, but all we have around here is like red lobsters and stuff. I know down there in Florida, there's seafood like everywhere. You could get like a full lobster and it costs like a nickel because they just go out back and catch it in the ocean. Um, you can always call out for meals outside the house. Well, this is true. This is true. But I like to go to the cafeteria at the hospital. Okay, this light. 3 nickels. Okay. Hello, Jill. Hello, Jill is here. Afternoon. 3 nickels, but like lobsters. But I love seafood. I love like the shellfish stuff, like the shrimp, crab legs. I love crab legs. I love lobster. Um, who is in the hospital? In the hospital would be Joe, Susan's husband, my cousin Susan, Joe, you know, remember he broke his leg in like 3 places. Uh, I don't know what to do about this light. It's gonna drive me nuts. Let me try this. Let me unplug that. There. Let's see if that stays on for a little bit. Hey, Sexy Joe. Hey, my favorite Paul. It's Jill's favorite Paul. She has multiple Pauls. This Paul, Philly Flipper, is her favorite. Lori is here. Happy Picker. Hello, friends. Um, he should stay out of those places for sure. Uh, yeah, Ken versus the light. I think I plugged it into a different USB thing. It's in a regular plug. That plug must be going bad. So I unplugged my phone charger and plugged that in. Hey, forgot your comma. Hey, my favorite Paul. Um, so yeah, what I've been busy doing stuff. Got a couple of storage units that I'm cleaning out. Lots of big stuff. Dressers. Um, there's a big, huge bed frame, which the bed frame is cool because there's not like a mattress and box springs with it. It's just a bed frame, so I'll be able to deal with that easy. Some big like shelving unit things, not like ones that I would bring home and put my stuff on, but like decorative shelving units. Um, Jill's favorite human ever, not just one's named Paul, her favorite human. And there is Shallon checking in with Lori. And looky there, looky there. One of my favorite humans on the planet, New England Betty Boop. Lisette is here today. Hello, my friend. Miss you and beautiful Jill. Miss you too as well. Uh, it's good to see you. It is good to see you. We need to reconnect. We just for no reason, we just been disconnected for a little bit. And we'll have to check in, see how life is going. Um so anyway, working on that. Been trying to get some eBay listings done. I listed about 5 things this morning so far. Um, Trying to get that done. I'm listing one of the things. Jill picked these things up at an Amish thrift store. They were traveling through. There's this thrift store. Oh, it's a good ways away from us. But when they go, Jill, where the heck were you going? That you were at the Amish thrift store. Why did you go that way? Oh, you were going to Amish country with your mom for Mother's Day, and stopped at the thrift store and picked up these really cool to get the cowhide. Yes, Nancy needed another shout out to Nancy, the Nance, if you will. Nancy needed a new cowhide for out at the cabin for decorative purposes. Yeah, that's right. So they stopped at there's this Amish, it's a thrift store, and there's like a lot of they even have like a section. Jill sent the picture. They have a section like for Amish clothing. Amish clothing. I don't know. It's probably all homemade. You should have taken a picture of that, Jill. Um, oh, she had to buy an expensive cowhide to go. Yes, Jill had bought some like pillow shams from Jen's Multiverse on Whatnot, and Nancy loved them, but she had to have accessories to go with it. So this, I don't know, what's a cowhide cost? Couple $100. Um, Raz is getting some heavy traffic out of Armenia on a joke that he wrote. Um, Not yeah, exactly. Nancy just sitting around at the cabin gnawing on a cowhide. Um, oh, wait a minute. I've been incognito for a few months since my accident. Life has definitely been lifing. So much to catch up for sure. Yes. See, I don't even know that you were in an accident. So we will talk about that. Um, so there's a company called Little Earth. I don't know if any of you have heard of Little Earth before. Um, but um they make a lot of like recycled products, repurposed. Like they'll take old license plates and make purses out of them. They'll take tire tire rubber and seat rubber and seat belts and all of that stuff, and they'll make stuff out of that. Angie Perfectly Blessed is here. See, I got the L in there. Perfectly Blessed. um Good to see you, my friend. um the And everybody saying hello, but they make stuff. But this company Little Earth is, then they did something with Major League Baseball, but they're like these little purses with that they well, okay, this is Detroit Tigers, but on the other side it kind of looks like a jersey, has a couple of buttons on there, has beautiful embroidered logos. Everything is well, this is an embroidered logo. This side has some embroidering, and but this is like a printed item. But you got these for like a couple of bucks. Like I think either 249 or 349, and they should go about 25 bucks a piece. So she got Detroit Tigers. I think there were a couple of those Detroit Tigers, and baseball season, just kind of getting into full swing. See what I did there? I am listing these today. This is a really cool, look at this. Chicago Cubs. Um, Looks like the pinstripe Chicago Cubs with the logo on the back. Major League Baseball, official Major League Baseball. She got, so a couple of those. She got the California Angels. Looks like that on that side. a few of them, for whatever reason, the tags were like cut in half, but still brand new with tags. And they got a little pocket, little unzipped, little pockety thing on the inside. And then there was also the Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals. Very cool. Again, embroidered logo on this side. And so there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 different teams, 5 altogether. With all the brawl talk in the afternoon dark show, I was afraid he would slip out. Yes, I know, right? Those episodes were fun. Kind of did over on Nashville Flippers channel when we were at Nashville, just hanging out. They recorded a couple After Dark Live episodes of us just sitting around, just talking about whatever. And those are fun. So go over to Nashville Flippers channel. Check those out. Yes, Gemini season is quickly approaching. Jill has a birthday in about 11 days. 11 days is Jill's birthday. Nothing good ever came out of Detroit. A few cars here and there. Jill doesn't acknowledge her birthday, even though I just brought it up. 11 days. Mark your calendar. What day of the week is Jill's birthday on? Let's look at the calendar here real quick. Ooh, it's on a Sunday. Sunday. Yes, Jill, she's a little bit indifferent about her birthday. Hush, she says. See, I told ya. Yes, agreed. Miss seeing you as well, Lisette, in the chat. So I don't watch as much YouTube. I like to watch lives mostly. I don't watch a lot of created content. And usually if my viewing is my viewing time is taken up a lot on Whatnot. Like I'm usually watching Whatnot shows. Not even necessarily to buy a lot of stuff, to support, to watch because I'm entertained. Paul was in here a little bit earlier. Paul is always entertaining on his shows. Yes. Jill's last birthday with her dad is the last one she celebrated. Yeah, not as many YouTube lives anymore. A lot of like listing shows and stuff. Talks. I like to listen to the podcasts, all of the podcasts. Well, most of them that are out there. But what was I gonna tell? Oh, I was gonna tell. Sorry, I was gonna tell. Since it is kind of reselling stuff, I was gonna talk about an eBay offer. You guys have probably missed the reseller draft for sure. If you ask Paul about it, Paul says, well, ask Ray. And if you ask Ray about it, Ray says, ask Paul. So we'll get to the bottom of that at some point. And hopefully that will come back. Maybe we get more, through the summer and through the, towards the fall when you can't be out and about as much, and maybe we'll shoot for that. I literally said Sunday, the same way you did as the local commercial. Yes. When they used to have the extravaganza, remember that, Mary? When they used to have the big extravaganza down in Columbus, or they do that a lot with monster truck races. Sunday. But the extravaganza, the other one was admission is free. I miss the extravaganza. It was all these vendors that would come and they'd have it down at like the Coliseum or someplace like that. Everybody would set up all of this different stuff and you'd go down and just spend the day. You'd see one of my dream jobs, you'd see all like the carnival barker type of people. They'd have all the things set up where like, all the knives and the choppers and oh, here's this new, wax that you need for your car. And they would, people would stand around and they pitch the products and that's my dream job is to just be I don't care whatever product, I would learn it. Um, like the quick infomercial sort of stuff. Show you how to cut up vegetables real quick with this knife that's never going to dull. Um, First live that you've been on for many months. Why? Hey, I feel privileged. I'm excited to have you here as you're coming back into the community. Yes, that's right. Sunday extravaganza. Admission is free. And Raz is looking for a book titled The Complete Plays of Gilbert and Sullivan in larger text. If anybody has one of those or knows where he can pick one up, let's look them up. Yeah, it's my dream job. It's my dream job to be a carnival barker. Some of that based on I had read a book. Do you guys know who Ron Popeil is? If I say the name Ron Popeil, he was the guy that did Ronco back in the like 70s, 80s, or whatever. You had the Pocket Fisherman and the Mr. Microphone and the food dehydrators and all of those little quirky gadgety products. Ron Popeil was the first guy to like do the infomercials and put out those products. The old Mr. Microphone, hey, good looking, be back to pick you up later. I had a Pocket Fisherman. I don't know, what do Pocket Fishermen go for these days? I know at one time, I'm gonna look it up. Ronco Pocket Fisherman. I think they still make them. Not a whole lot. When I look this up, 39 results. How many are for? Oh, but 60 solds. 38.79, 40 bucks, 22. Some of these are still in the package, 25, 20. So $20 to $40. A lot of them around the $20 range for an original Ron Popeil Pocket Fisherman. But anyway, the only reason I was bringing that up is I had read a book by him called Salesman of the Century, and it was about him getting started. The book was like in two parts. The first part was like his life story, his coming up, his learning that marketing and that stuff of being a carnival barker. He was a carnival barker. But and then the second half of the book was more like business strategy stuff. And I remember reading that book and just being impressed by his story and going, yes, that's what I want to do. A live birthday party for Jilly Bean. I don't know if she would go for that. Maybe I could like sneak it in somehow. All of a sudden it'd be like, surprise, everybody's here, surprise. It was he was also responsible for the Wonder Boner, an item to debone fish. Albie Lisette will be 55 on the 26th and celebrating even more this year. Super grateful to wake up every morning. Life isn't promised, Enjoy every moment. Don't sweat the small stuff. Be kind. Truer words have never been spoken. For sure. I could have it without her. I could just have a party. Jill won't be here. She won't show up, but we'll celebrate her. We'll celebrate her anyway. Lastly, say I love you often. For sure. Yes. And reach out to people. I feel bad. Sometimes you don't always notice that you haven't seen somebody for a while. Like, say, Lisette here. You don't notice until you kind of see them again. But I really try to make a point, if I enjoy somebody's content or I see them all the time in chats, or you kind of have those interactions, and then all of a sudden they're not there for a little bit. I try to reach out to people. I'm not, obviously in this case, I'm not always good at it, but yes, reach out to people, give people hugs, tell them you love them. 100%. What's I talking about? Oh, Ron Popeil, Pago Fisherman. Anyway, I was going to talk about this eBay offer. You guys that sell on eBay and stuff, you know what I'm talking about. It's your standard person that's either trying to scam you or whatever. So I have this kite. Listed. I had bought it at a yard sale. Jill and I were at like this citywide or community sale or something, and I bought it for $5, and it's a kind of more of a professional, like a stunt kite, has double strings on it, and it comes in a canvas case, and I have it listed. I've had it listed for a while for like $70, and actual law in Midway City, California, warn the fire marshal if you plan on putting more than 39 candles on a birthday cake. And actually, there are some crazy laws out there in different cities. That's interesting. So I have this kite, and a person reached out to me, and they wanted to know. They said my shipping was way too high. It was going to be like $30 or something to shipping. And they wanted to know if I could check into the shipping and see if something was wrong, and maybe we could work something out, and then they would send me an offer. Which already I'm like, oh wait, we're gonna work out shipping and then you're gonna send me an offer. So I look into it, and the reason, I think the shipping is so high, and they wanted to know if I could just wrap it in plastic rather than putting it in a box to keep the weight down. And it wasn't necessarily a weight thing. It was a length, because it's like the case and stuff, it's like 46 inches long. So it'd be like, shipping a big long golf club or something. I would use this big rectangular boxes, like a 4x4 or a 6x6, but it's going to be like 46 inches. There's not much I can do to cut down the length of it, because that's just how big the kite is. So I asked them for a zip code. If you can send me your zip code, I will look up the rates to there, get exactly what it is, and then we can work something out, because it's just calculated on eBay. You drafted it as a joke and the council passed it? That's kooky. We burnt my mother's cake once, 69 candles, and they were all the reignite kind. That drives me nuts. When you just, especially when somebody, you blow out a candle. Some people blow out a candle like, it's like, okay, I no longer want that that cake. Thank you for spitting on it. Do you have any cupcakes by any chance on the side? Maybe I'll have a cupcake rather than that birthday cake that you just hose with your spit. Anyway, so the offer, no. So the guy gives me a zip code in California. And I'm thinking, okay, already being in Ohio, shipping all the way to California and that length of a package, that's one of the reasons that it's so much. So then before I can look it up, he sends me an offer. So I have this listed at $70, $69.99. And he sends me an offer for $45, which is a lot less than I want to take for it. Used a portable fan for your candles. Good idea. And so he sends me an offer for $45. I look at the offer and it's supposed to ship to Ohio, right? Not too far away from me, but still in Ohio. And so I message them back and I say, well, you sent me this offer, which is a little lower than I want to take, but the address says Ohio, and you told me it was supposed to go to California. Please clarify. So now they come back with, well, if you just accept the offer, it will show you the address that it's supposed to go to. And then if it doesn't work out for the shipping, you can cancel the order. And already I'm like, no. We're not doing it that way. And so I decline the guy's offer. And, oh, no. So I went to decline the offer and they had retracted the offer already. So I didn't have anything to decline. So right after that, they resend me another offer for $45. And it's still going to, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it was exactly what I did in the end. It's still an offer for $45, although I had told him that was less than I wanted to take. And it still showed an Ohio zip code. So I go back to him again. You sent me the offer. I'm not going to accept that low of an offer. And the address is still Ohio and it's California. And he's like, well, just accept the offer. You just accept the offer and it'll give you the address. No, I'm not accepting the offer. And they're already just taking up more time than I want to deal with. So I declined the offer again. And they send me another offer for the $45. And it's still an Ohio address. So then he gives me an explanation. I didn't recontact him. He gives me an explanation. Oh, this is like one of 3 addresses that he ships to. If you just accept the offer and it'll give you the address. And I'm like, I'm not going to figure out shipping for an Ohio address. And then all of a sudden it's going to go to California and we make some sort of deals. Plus I'm not accepting $45 to begin with. And so I decline the offer again. He comes back and he sends me another message with a picture of a screenshot. He's like, look, I just bought another one just like this from somebody else for $45 total with shipping. Your shipping is way too high. And I'm just sending this to prove so that you can see that you're way too high. And then before I could answer anything or say anything, he comes back with another message that says, this is not rocket science. It's just wheeling and dealing. All you got to do is accept the offer and we can get this thing going. I'm offering you this low amount because your shipping is so high. And look, I bought one for this amount. So I say to him, so I just went back and I said, I'm happy you got this at such a great price. I don't believe I'm interested in selling it at this time. Thank you very much. Sent the message, blocked the person, and moved on with my life. But it was like, come on, dude, and telling me just accept it. And oh, it's not rocket science. I even think he said like a bro, like it's not rocket science, bruh, BRUH. And there's Lisette dropping some links. Yeah, on our Whatnot show. I have a Whatnot show tonight. And for Angie Perfectly Blessed. Yeah, I was patient with the guy. I try to work. Some people just don't know how to word stuff. But when he started giving me direction, you just accept the offer and then we'll work it out later. It's like, nah, we're not doing this. And then I actually had somebody send me an offer on it this morning. Because what I didn't want it up there. I actually took the listing down, did a sell similar, lowered the price a little bit to like $65, and put it back up. And I had somebody send me an offer a little while ago, which I resent them. It was a little bit low, so I sent them an offer back, a counter offer. That's what I want to say, a counter offer. So that was a long story. Appreciate you sticking around for that. But that's just one of those eBay things and those eBay customers. And, just send me the information that I need and I'll try to help you out. Yeah, Shalyn, that is way more effort than I would do. I always explain shipping is based on size, and both our locations invite them to find a seller. Yeah, if it's way too much and you just bought one from somebody else for a low price, well, now you've got one. What are you bothering me for? But I'm just an all-around nice guy. I try to give people at least a chance to explain this stuff, but once they start, getting belligerent and giving me instructions, that's it. But yeah, I do have a Whatnot show tonight at like 7:40 p.m. Eastern time. It's just a 5-minute show. It's through a Discord group that between Jen's Multiverse, Hanger 909, and Flippin' Mimi, Texas, they have a Discord group where you can go in and ask questions and do stuff, whatnot. And they have like a kind of a monthly seller showcase thing. And tonight is a bundle showcase. It's just like a 5-minute show. You're supposed to run one bundle that has at least 3 items that kind of showcases you and what you do. So I decided I am going to, because I'm the seasonal Santa and I've got some stuff coming up for, I am going to make an announcement tonight on the Whatnot show in the 5-minute show about some Santa related stuff. So if you want to bookmark that show, there was a link in for our Whatnot channel. Jill had done a Just Jill Clothing and Chaos show last Saturday. And that was fun. She's got a bunch of ladies' clothing. A lot of it's new with tags. And and I just so happened to have been at her house that day, even though it was just Jill. I still had to butt in because I can't help it. Never miss the opportunity to be the center of attention. Yes, and mostly chaos for sure. But Jill's been doing those shows. It's fun. I love Roman. Ken has a large bookshelf at his house, and the whole shelf contains large books with over 10,000 pages each. It's called How to Become a Better Reseller. Ken reads those books out loud every day. What is up, Roman? Good to see you here, my friend. Um, yeah, I'm not a big reader. I'm not a big like book reader. I'm a highlight, I'll read the title of something and go, "Okay, I know all about that." Um, start reading to my neighbors every morning out loud and tell them to memorize each page. My neighbor, so on one side you got my folks, they're over there, but if you go to the camera, they're over there. My folks on the one side, and then I have an older couple that lives on the other side of me, and they're good folks. They're great neighbors because they're not out and about much. They don't make a lot of noise. I've had some doozies of neighbors because the house next to me is a rental property, and every couple of years you get new people in there. This couple has been there for a while because there's just an older couple. They're not moving anywhere. Um, yes, look, Roman, Lisette is here. Lisette is hanging out with us today. Uh, Perfect to talk about fruitcake sales. The Lisette, Roman says that he's here listing and listening to the professor of reselling Ken and writing everything down so I can pass midterm exams in reselling. Oh man, I would hate for you to use me as your reference guide. I know how to resell. I do know how to resell, or at least I know what works best for me. Um, and Roman is listing. That's the very first thing. If you actually list, things might sell. I did find that out. There you go. List it, and it has the potential of selling. Um, but I did, yeah, get some listing done this morning. And what do I got to do yet today? Is Paul did leave and never tell us what. I don't know. He might still be lurking in the background. Never did find out what he was having. Oh no, he was having bacon wrapped shrimp. May or may not. That's right. That's right. Uh, the So yeah, as in my thumbnail, it was I was out of ideas. I'm just kind of rambling on. I didn't want to tell that eBay offer story because I'm sure that all of you guys that sell get those sorts of folks and that one customer that either just don't get it or they want to tell you your business. And I'm sure it was a drop shipper if they're out looking at kites. And I don't care if drop shippers want to buy something, but just give me the info. Um, but my thumbnail said you pick the topic. So if anybody has a topic, a question, a concern, um, throw it in the chat there and we'll go down that road. We'll go down that road. Lisette, have a great day. So nice seeing you for sure. And we will catch up soon. We will catch up soon. I think I have your number or you have my number, or we can always hook up through Instagram. So enjoy the day. Be safe out there. And like you said, I love you, my friend. I love you. Have a great day. Um, Yeah, the Pope now from Chicago. It's funny that Chicago got their first Pope before they got anyone who could throw for 4,000 plus yards. Um, so if anybody has something that they want to know about, if you need the wisdom, the wit and wisdom from Ken SSK promo, Mr. Bill, the DOG, throw it in there and I will address it. Or we might just end up short today. I do have errands. I noticed, not that you need to know this, but this morning I had to I need to put some more toilet paper in the little holder there by the toilet cuz I got about maybe one session left worth of toilet paper, and I get in the closet where I keep it, and there's no more. There's no more. So I need to go to the store. If all of a sudden, maybe I eat something that sours my stomach or whatever. You don't want to be caught. You don't want to be caught without the proper. However, I do have. Oh, is there none right by my chair? Oh, yeah. I do have dude wipes. Now I'm throwing stuff all over the place. I do have dude wipes, though, in the bathroom. I have plenty of those, but they're not for the initial, the initial business. You kind of you kind of use those to, like, clean the stuff up at the end. Yes. Hell, Roman, the Pope's probably already broken all the Cleveland Browns records at this point. They don't even play. How to ship a 100-pound Tam Tam. Well, what the hell's a Tam Tam, first of all? A 100-pound Tam Tam. Oh, like a big drum thing. It's like a drum. Well, if it's 100 pounds, because what USPs, I'd probably just box it up and send it UPS. Post office is going to kill you on that. It's not something that looks like it would need to be freight. Just wrap it up safely. How much does a Tam Tam go for? It's a gong. Okay, a Tam Tam is a gong. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna probably, unless I had the original box, I'm just gonna Frankenbox that thing because I probably wouldn't have a box big enough for a gong. Tam Tam. I want to see how big one of these things are. Tam Tam gong. As a mallet. Oh, this thing's go. That one went for $400. $799. Wow. $1,600 on the cheap side for a Tam Tam gong. Yeah, this must be a big one. I don't know. Freight company? Probably not overly fragile. Just beating on it with a great big mallet. Yeah, just box that sucker up, send it UPS. Played it in the orchestra. Just kind of like. Usually that's at the end of a song. Wait for it. Wait for it. Done. Musical genius. We could talk about Pete Rose. What happened to Pete Rose? Pete Rose died a little while back. Should have been in the Baseball Hall of Fame. My opinion. With all the other people that get in there and all of that, after a while. I understand why they do what they did and why they banned him, but not for so many years. And eventually you got to let him in. Yeah. Yeah. They recently considering it. Yeah. After the man passes away. Good disaster. If I were the family, I'd tell them to stick it in their posterior. Pete Rose and someone else are considered. Maybe it was me, was the other person that was considered. Shoeless Joe. Now they were betting betting, right? Shoeless Joe on the Chicago White Sox way back in the day. Yes. Yeah, Pete Rose was a great ball player. And why he's what? The hit still is he still the hits leader? All-time hit leader? Let me look that up. Yeah. Most all-time hits. Pete Rose. 4,256 hits throughout his career. Followed by Ty Cobb. Oh, but they'll let Michael Vick do what he wants in the sport. Yeah. Mistreating those animals and all those dogs. Shout out to Handsome Dan. That is right, Jill. Handsome Dan. So, the mob knew they couldn't get to those umpires as they were in the upper floors of the building. Yes, Handsome Dan. Shout out to Handsome Dan. Angie, have a great day as well. I think I'm going to bug out here soon. Usually I go an hour. We're almost up to that. But like the thumbnail said, I got no new ideas. And I got stuff to do. I got to get back down. Well, we talked. I got to go to the store and get some toilet paper, amongst other things. And then down to the storage units. I've got one. I just have like a couple items in that I have to move around. And then sweep it out. And that one will be ready to rent. And then just bring another load home from one of the other units, figure out where to put that stuff, and then should be good. Yeah, it is. It is, Roman. I think that should be number one priority of the day or number two priority, right? Am I right? Marketplace for the gong. Yeah, I got a listed dresser. I should do that right after this. If somebody would like want that dresser, I was bummed because I was looking up at the price, like of dressers of the same style. It's like a 7 drawer. It has um like 3 big drawers on one side and four smaller drawers on the other side. And I was looking at like the prices of some of those. I thought, oh man, I'm gonna be able to get like $100 or $125 out of this. Um, yes, one and two. Um, the I was thinking I'm getting like 125 bucks out of this thing. And then I went and looked on like Marketplace, local, at what stuff goes for. And all of the ones that are, 150, 203, unless it's like a very specific, like an antique sort of thing. This is just a basic dresser. I'm lucky like 35 to 50 bucks or something. I did go down and clean it all up. It's in really good shape. It's got a couple marks on it, from average dresser use. Um, uh, yeah, don't go in the car with anybody eating beans and has control of the windows. Yeah, put the you if you're the driver, then you put that safety lock on so the rest of them don't go, and then you just let her rip, let her go, make them all suffer. Um, but I'm only gonna probably get about $35 to $50, and some of it I just if I price it at 35, it'll be gone really quick. I don't have to make a bunch of money on it because I don't have any money in it. Um, so is Yeah. Shallon saying that her marketplace is so bad, I have to practically give things away. I try to avoid large items and units because of this. This, true. I don't, my situation, I guess, is a little bit different because I am not, whatever, I'm getting the units basically sight unseen. Whatever's in there, I'm just cleaning them out. Whatever's in there, I get. If it's bedding and mattresses and all of that stuff, I take that. But then I also get all of the other stuff too, the video games and the TVs and the clothing and all of that. Yes. Yeah, Jill, this is Shallon that we met at the Nashville meetup. Yes, also good advice. Also good advice. And if you're under 4 feet tall, you don't want to be eye level. Uh, yeah. And, I just have to move it along and put it on Marketplace. I don't have to. Our Marketplace around here is pretty good. Most everything that I list goes in a couple days or, within a week. Um, uh, are you close to St. Paul, Shallon? Close to Duluth? Because I think the band Feel is playing right in St. Louis, or no, near St. Paul soon. Send you to a concert. Yeah, we are supposed to we get a couple of dry days here, which was nice, and then back into the rain and the storms. Of course, on the days that on the days it's yard sailing, garage sales, it's going to rain. Um, but not till later. So we might get a chance. The Turf Club, there you go. If you're near the Turf Club in St. Paul, Minnesota tonight, the band Feel is playing there. Go check them out if they're in your local area. Why, yes, hello, chat and panel sneaking in to say hi, say hello and light up that chat. Office Patrick Murphy, my friend, good to see you. We're just about to wind it down here, Patrick, for sure. Um, just got to go get some stuff done. I'm just kind of chit chatting and rambling about this, that, and the other thing. Um, unless you have a topic you would like to hear, you throw out a topic, I'll discuss it and or make something up. Uh, the We're talking gongs, how to ship a big gong. We're talking about those customers, those eBay customers that just want to pest you with a bunch of questions. Oh, a crock pot. There you go. What's Patrick having for lunch? I should make a graphic for that too. Made a crock pot of ribs. Now, are these barbecue ribs, or are you going to do like ribs when we like do sauerkraut, like maybe sauerkraut and potatoes in the crock pot with some ribs, kind of brown them up first and then put them in there. What are we talking here? Barbecued. Oh, we did talk Pete Rose. We talked Pete Rose. Lisette, New England Betty Boop was here in the chat earlier. She hasn't been around for a while. Uh when Patrick comes into office and sees Bill, he turns around and goes to the consultants to get me fired. Yes. Oh yeah, there are other ribs other than barbecue. Like I know we do it a lot at when we go out to the cabin. Well, you can put barbecue sauce on them if you want, but you're not cooking them in the barbecue. It's just basically you brown up the ribs, and then those go in like the slow cooker or the big yeah, like a big slow cooker thing with bunch of sauerkraut. We put kielbasa sausage in there, put potatoes around in there, and just roast them mugs for like, I don't know. It seems like it takes 100 hours to get done. Um, and lies. uh, what kind of Okay. What kind of barbecue sauce are you? Are you a hot barbecue? Do you like a sweet and sugary, like a honey barbecue? Where you at with that, Patrick? Okay, here's a topic from Shalom. Casserole or hot dish. So what are you gonna call this? Is like a Midwest versus a wherever else you're at. And then the follow-up is the soda pop or Coke. I'm usually I'll go first. I'm a casserole. I would call something a casserole before I would call it a hot dish. And it's soda. It's soda all the way. I usually not say that it's a pop. And I know, yeah, in some areas it doesn't matter if it's Coke, Pepsi, whatever. It's like, oh, give me a Coke, and they just know. Um, uh, Milton from Office Space owns eBay. Jill says hot dish. Oh, and Roman is one of the first ones to figure out what his avatar is. I can't really see it on my screen over here very well. Oh, okay. It's Milton from Office Space. Hot dish. Let me see here. Hot dish and pop for Shallon. What can I? Okay, hot dish and pop for Shallon. Um, did you see the clip of the singer Michael Bolton playing the Michael Bolton part? I have not. I have not seen that. Typically, casseroles have yucky stuff in them. Nah, Jill, they do not. Like the corn casserole, the green bean casserole, those are staples. I don't know, would you consider like cheesy potatoes or like a casserole? Um, should have Milton go over my death pile. It would take him 100 years. Lawyers snorted coke until the ice cubes got stuck up their nose. Green bean casserole is a sin against beans. Patrick goes casserole. Example, about 2 weeks ago, I made a tuna casserole. I don't see myself making a tuna hot dish. Exactly. You wouldn't say, a cheesy potato hot dish or a corn hot dish, corn casserole, green bean casserole. Answer that question with, I have a sudden urge to listen to Michael Bolton. Call that tuna salad. Okay. A tuna casserole, a tuna salad. If I was thinking tuna salad, though, I would think something more like a holder dish. Or like a tuna casserole. Oh, I love tuna helpers. Anybody like the cheesy noodle tuna helper? Shout out to that hamburger helper folks that came up with the tuna helper. I love that stuff. It's usually always in my If I am sinning, then please don't save with the GBC, the green bean casserole. That's yeah, tuna to the tuna, the cheesy tuna noodle hub. And actually the version of the Walmart brand, the Great Value brand of the cheesy tuna noodle is good. Now, I only put I don't know, they want you to put like a whole entire tuna fish in there. When you look at that, they want you to put like 2 cans of tuna fish, and it's just way too much. It's way too much tuna. So I get like those packs. I don't buy them by the cans. I buy the like the just tear open a pack, and I put like 1 pack in with the cheesy goodness and the noodles. Um double hamburger helper double something. Oh, it's yeah, what is it? Double something cheeseburger. Creamy noodle is my favorite tuna helper. I add a little Worcestershire to it and my Cajun spice in it. The creamy noodle, is that the cheesy creamy noodle? They also make like a broccoli, like a what is the white sort of sauce? I can't think of what it's called. Like what is the white sauce called? Creamy sauce. Um, like the energy you're bringing here, though, Raz. You and Office Patrick are on the same page today. Alfredo. Yes, that's it. Alfredo, broccoli, tuna noodle stuff. And that's pretty good. I usually then will also get like one of those steam packs, like a steam pack of broccoli, and I will make that and put that in there as well. So it's like extra big broccoli in with the noodles. It makes a whole meal. Which one of those things is one of those packs? They always say, well, we've talked about that before with the Kraft mac and cheese, where this is supposed to be this right here, just your standard mac and cheese. It's supposed to be 3 servings. 3 servings for who? This is a serving size. This box right here is 1 serving size. When I make this is my dinner. Oh, did you hear that eBay sound? Dude, peas and carrots. Make your own sauce. Yeah, I agree, Patrick. When it's in those like the tuna helper stuff, but like the canned Alfredo sauce or the jar, like if you buy spaghetti sauce and you can also buy Alfredo sauce, I've not really found one of those that I've found to be like, well, good, I guess. Um, let's see what this eBay thing was. I got a best offer received. Oh, okay. So let's see here. Last week on the show, let me see if I can bring this up. Last week on the show, I had this Marvel Ghost Rider thing. And I actually it was one of the items that I just listed this morning. I didn't get it listed last week, and I wish you'd get up off my back about it. But I have it listed. I have it listed for $54.99, $55, which is a little on the high side. It probably is a $50, 45 to 55. Patrick, have a good day. Have a good day. Thanks for popping in. Glad to drop in on the food drama. Of course. I think you started it though, didn't you? Didn't you start the food drama? But have a good day. Have a good day. Yes, Shalon, you have a good day too. I'm glad to have you here. It was good to meet you in Nashville, and we're about to wrap it up. Once I decide on this offer, I have it listed at 54, and somebody sent me an offer for $40. Now it's only been listed for a couple of hours, which makes me think, yeah, the Let's Make a Deal Zonk back here, might be a great item for me after the 27th. What's on the 27th? I think he's setting me up. I think Raz is setting me up here after the 27th. So do I take a $40 offer after it was listed just a little bit ago? What would you counter offer at? What did I say I had it? $54.99. I'm going to review the offer. Let's see where it's shipping to. Pennsylvania. Oh, your SSI kicks in. Okay. On the 27th. Zonk. I think I'm going to make a counter offer at $49.99. See what happens. Since it was just listed, and I think there's a new Ghost Rider movie going to come out. Anyway, I'm just rambling on now. I said in the thumbnail I had nothing to talk about really, but we got some things covered. We did get some things covered, and I appreciate everybody hanging out with me today. Go follow me on Whatnot. I'm doing that it's just a 5-minute showcase challenge, but we got some shows coming up in the works, some Just Jill Clothing and Chaos shows. Got a rock and roll raid train that we're on here. That's next month. What time am I on tonight? 7:40 p.m. Eastern time is when I am on tonight. You got to catch it quick. Got to be there. The Simply or the Whatnot Sellers bundle showcase. And so that's it. Everybody have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week. Hopefully, if you're getting out there to yard sales this weekend, you're finding tons of stuff, tons of great bargains, and all your customers just buy and don't ask you a bunch of questions and give you full price for it. Yes, Roman, get ready for the midterm exams. Maybe next week I'll have a test. I'll have a test of a reselling knowledge test. Kim T is here. What is up, Kim T? I am just signing off and you're just signing on. What's up with that? One of us is either really, really late or really, really early. But it is good to see you, my friend. Enjoy your day, and we will catch you next week. Roman could study, and you could have him on your show for his test. Now, there's an idea. That's an epic episode right there. Epic episode. That's fun to say. Just bring Roman on the show with me. I'll ask him reseller questions, and he has to answer them. I'm going to hit you up, Roman. I'm going to hit you up, and we'll see if we can work that out. Great idea, Jill. Great idea. All right. See ya.